Hey guys, welcome back to Crossfire Garage. So, thought we'd start this episode with a little work on the interior here. I want to get these gauges out. I want to see what's going on with the lights and stuff, fuel gauge, stuff like that. I want to get this steering wheel out as well. There's some sort of trick. There it is. There's the spring. Alright, so I gave that a little heat, and she's turning now. So I got this puller here. I've never used it. I need to assemble it. So I got these two holes here I need to line this up with. You want to get threads in there pretty far, because you don't want to, tear up against those threads. On these bolts, you don't want to break the bolts. How's that? How's that for a better answer for you? Hopefully it doesn't fly off and hit me in the face. That would suck. Probably be good for views, but those are views I don't need. Well, what size are you? Oh, you're that size. Okay. It's this size. Come on, baby. Alright, Falcon wheel for sale. My God, it's hot out here. I mean, it's like ridiculous hot. Alright guys, so this is the new steering wheel we're going to be running. Got it from Speedway. 3-spoke, 13-inch. Trying to give myself, I'm a big guy, so I'm trying to give myself a little more room between the legs and the steering wheel. But man, this thing seems small in here. Now I still need to get a 15/16 socket and tighten this down real good. It's got plenty of movement in it, but I can't push down and turn it with a wrench at the same time. So I can't believe I don't have a socket. Plus I'm going to straighten it up too. It needs straightened. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe that was just me playing on it. Anyway, let's take it for a spin, see how she does with this little B steering wheel. We really need to find the proper place for you guys to hang out during our little test drives. Eventually I'll mount a GoPro thing in here, but I can't right now. There's too much crap on there. And let's see if this thing starts even. Look at it. Now, as far as taking the dash apart, that was a complete fail. That's the best I can do for you. Well, she died. May need to go up and put a little gas in it. Let's do that. Actually, that steers a lot better, I think, than with the bigger steering wheel. The big steering wheel was just so much like reach around on, Give it the old reach around. It was too much. I don't think I ever tightened the lug nuts. I keep forgetting that. I need somebody to remind me. But this thing already feels like it's got a ton more room just by putting the smaller steering wheel on, so I'm happy about that. Alright, we just put a quick 20 bucks in because that's why. Son of a bitch. This is exactly where I don't want to be. Right here with the car that won't start. Let's get a couple things here. Luckily we got past that one. are going to have to hook up a starter button on this thing. I don't know what's going on with the ignition. Sometimes she works, sometimes she doesn't. Yeah, this steering wheel's a win. We just got to get it mounted in there. We need shocks badly. So if any of you guys out there have Falcons, you know, or stuff with not power steering, and you're thinking about switching to the smaller steering wheel for this type of room, right? This is what I'm talking about, the extra leg room. I mean, it's amazing. Yeah, don't let it be something you're afraid to do, because I personally really like it. I think I'm getting quicker response turning wise, and it's not so small that it's causing me great agony without the power steering. I'm still turning with one hand. It just feels sportier, you know, I ain't gonna lie. Makes the seating even more comfortable with a bench seat. Like, I was miserable before. I don't know what's going on with this seat today. I don't know if it dropped down or something. I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's falling through the floor, but boys and girls, that's a win on that steering wheel. We got the, you know, the button. I'll go over top of it once it gets, you know, the stuff done. You know what I'm talking about. Listen, guys, it's really humid out here. It's killing me. I can't deal with it. So I'm gonna go inside for today. We'll work on some other stuff later. I have no idea where we left off. Let's see, we did the steering wheel. Is that all we did? I don't know. I can't remember where we're at on this video. It's been a few days, quite a few days since I've been able to get out here. I've been doing some stuff behind the scenes. I got the horn working, got the ignition straightened out, and started hooking up the battery disconnect. But we got to finish that. So at this point, we're coming up on Memorial Day this weekend, so I want to get a list together of what we need to get this thing on the road by Memorial Day weekend, because I know there's going to be some car shows, cruise-ins, whatever, and you know, and I want to go out and have some fun with this, you know, over the weekend. So we need to get these working. So we're going to start with wipers. And then we need to finish that battery cutoff. Turn signal. Just the one. Whichever one it is, just the one. What else do we have to do? Oh, I want to check the floor. I want to get the seat out, check the floor, see what we can do as far as repairing the floor. I don't mean full on. We're not putting floor pans in this just yet. You know, we just want to drive this thing, but I don't want to fall through the floor going down the road. So we need the floor. And we got to put the trim back on. I took the trim and cleaned it up, painted it, stuff like that, so we need to put that back on. We'll go ahead and do the dash, because the dash has all this residual glue on it from that padding. We're going to sand that down and give it that nice paint. So let's do the dash. And then the big thing, which I have here today, we're going to get started on first thing, because I don't know how this weather's going to hold out today. But we're going to do shocks. We're going to do shocks, and then we're also going to trim a coil and get this front end down a little bit. So we're going to try and get that done before like I say, I think it's supposed to rain later today. So we're going to start out with that. Let me think real quick, see if we have anything else. I think this is it. I think this is going to be our list. It's a small list of tackle, but some of this stuff is going to take. The wipers, for example. The wipers are, I was trying to find the wiring diagram because my knob is just completely shot and fell apart. So I was trying to find, at first I was looking for a new knob just to stick on there. Couldn't find one. They were all set up for the single stage wiper motors. Now apparently in late 63 they switched from a single speed to a 2-speed wiper motor. But from what I read also, it's not the same wiper motor as the 64s. Again, Ford, they're just slapping parts that they had laying around into stuff. They're like, let's clear everything out before 64 hits. So we're gonna have to do a little. I got a universal switch. I'm gonna kind of, universal wiper switch, and we're just gonna have to try to figure out the wiper situation. And we need to clean out the heater vents. So because they are just packed full of little mouse houses and whatnot. So that is our list. We will cross it off as we go. Let's start with getting this front end up in the air. We're gonna see if we can't get a coil spring cut, get new shocks put in. So if you're a gambling man like me, what I did was I went to Monroe's site and I looked up these shocks that I needed. My wiper switch, just throw it in. Looked up the shocks that I needed for the 63 Falcon, and they gave me the numbers. Of course, they're expensive through Monroe, through AutoZone, through O'Reilly's. They're a little more pricey. I go on Amazon, type in the number, just order them, and pray that they send me the right thing. So hopefully they did. I believe these are the front shocks. I'm not sure. I'll get some hardware in here. These are the Monroe OE Spectrum, OES Spectrum, my bad. Now the rear ones, they are just your standard Monroe Matics, but they'll be fine. I just noticed a lot of clunking when I was driving this. When I was taking it for test drives up and down the road, I was noticing a lot of clunking when I'd hit bumps. I'm going to try and clear that out. Plus I wanted to go ahead and bring this front end down some. So let me get her up in the air. So guys, I feel like I've been leaving you out on what's going on with the Falcon back here, and there's a reason for that. The suspension, the front suspension dropping it, cutting the coils and stuff, which I cut. I cut an entire ring out of the front coils, and it fought me. I started on the passenger side, fought me, turned the camera off because I got aggravated, and then wound up enlisting some help. It was a struggle. I actually had to, if you look inside here, I had to cut these bolts off because they were spinning. I couldn't get the shock out, so I cut those off, cleaned them up, and just welded them back into place. Next step on this stage 2 build is going to be coilovers, so we'll address all that at a later point. This is getting it on the road for now. So also, I don't know if you can see. Can you see? But I got this turn signal working, so we should be good to at least pass inspection. And we do have a laundry list of stuff that we still need to check off. We got the greasing done. Shocks and coils are done. And that's it. That's as far as we got. I did pick up some antifreeze today, but tomorrow is Friday before Memorial Day. I got insurance put on this today, so I'm going to try and get it down to the courthouse and stuff, and get it inspected and all that stuff. try to get a tag on it. So we can start driving it. I may take y'all on the journey, see how it does. I don't know how it's going to do. I took it for a quick zip just up to O'Reilly's to return the spring compressor tool. Those dogs are driving me nuts. And let me see. I should have picked up the belt while I was there, but I didn't. We'll pick that up on the way back tomorrow. Hopefully this one doesn't snap in the meantime. Oh, hey. We got the turn signal working. Now, as far as the wipers, I know that the wipers will have to be working in order to pass inspection. We're going to use the 4 button, you know, the 4 switch for the juice and stuff, whatever. We'll just use that. And what else do we have here? So I still have to wire in the battery cutoff. We got to look at that 4. I got to finish up the trim, and I got to paint the dash, and then clean up the heater vents, you know, suck them out because they're full of crap, and the belt, which like I say, I'll try to remember to pick that up tomorrow on the way back. But if you guys want to check out the stance on the, I've got a spring stuck to my foot, but I really like the stance of the Falcon now, so let's take a look. You know, to me, with the front end slammed down more, because before, up on the front, I had probably, I would say 5 inches above the tire, and so now it's got a, you know, nice kind of, I don't know what you call it, it's like a street rod lean to it. And those 13-inch tires, they fill up that wheel well a lot better up here in the front. I'm really happy with it. I replaced the shocks in the rear as well. I think you guys knew I was going to do that. But yeah, I'm really happy with the stance of the Falcon at this point. And I don't know if I showed you, I finished up the steering wheel. I don't know, see, I've had the camera off for so long, but the new steering wheel is finished up. I got some wires hanging down where I wired some stuff in, some quote-unquote security measures, so it's not so easy to steal. But I need to zip tie those up. I couldn't find my zip ties, and now I see them laying on the ground, so I'm going to go ahead and get that done. All in all, I mean, we'll finish this over the weekend some more, but you know, because I'm off work until Tuesday, today's only Thursday, so I got to get to the courthouse tomorrow, though. It's my last chance if I want to take it out, you know, spin it around this weekend some, and you know, maybe I'll take you guys along. I think we're doing a cookout on Monday, maybe, I don't know. But what was I going to say? There was something I was going to say. I forgot. I was saying something regarding the Falcon. Still, this mirror is pretty much useless, but you know, it's there, so I can pass inspection. That's all I care about. Once this passes inspection and I have a Kentucky title, then I'm going to have a little more leniency as far as what I can do on it. But coming into the state, they want to make sure that everything is operational the way it is, which is a pain in the butt, especially on a car that's 60 years old. I hope they don't ding me on the seat belts. This car didn't have seat belts, and I know that a lot of people dropped in the comments going, seat belts, what, they didn't have seat belts in 63, blah blah blah, you know, that should be grandfathered in. Well, I mean, come to Kentucky. I mean, they're strict. They are hardcore about a lot of stuff, bringing cars in from out of state. They may tell me that I have to upgrade it and put seatbelts in before they'll allow me to have a license plate. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go tomorrow. We'll find out. I don't know what else I was getting at. So this weekend, yeah, we're gonna, you know, I really do need to look at these floors. They're squishy, and I know it's not safe. I don't have the funds right now to buy floor pans, but I do have some leftover metal. I might be able to cobble something together just to hold, you know, for the summer, just to get me through the summer. I think that's about it for now. Yeah, I may take y'all on a ride along tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Alright guys, so El Chupacabra right behind me, she got licensed today. We got plates on her. Put about 25 miles on her today. Running great. Didn't finish up everything that I wanted to do on the list, but I do. Let's see, I hooked up a phone charger because I need that, and my Bluetooth for, you know, to hook in my Bluetooth radio or speaker. But we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna clean these vents out, and I want to get the dash painted so I can get the trim back on. And I'm not sure what else we're gonna get into, but probably not much because it's the weekend. Well, it's Friday. I want to enjoy this thing, you know. I'll take you guys on some little runs, maybe. I don't know. We'll see about that. I don't even know how to go about this. Alright, so I'm going to take a little bit of lacquer thinner I have left, if I can get it open, that is. Might not be able to get it open. There we go. I'm just going to clean this dash up, you know, just wipe down. Get all this dust and stuff off there. We're not going for show quality. As a matter of fact, I'd probably be happy with that. I think I might be happy with that. I don't know. Let's paint it. I don't know, I kind of dig this wrap look to it right there, you know? Where it's got the primer coming through. I think we're going to leave it. I'm going to hit right here with some sandpaper. Just kind of blend it all. I think we're going to leave that. Get into doing proper painting and stuff during the stage 2 build of this car, which isn't going to be for, you know, a year maybe. I don't know, maybe sooner, who knows, we'll find out. This vent is deteriorated, it's just falling in there, so whatever. Well, now that I don't have to wait on that, let's go ahead and get the trim back in, I suppose. I think I found the hole, guys. Glory, hallelujah. You know what? And that's good enough for this guy right there. One, you know what? One screw. I don't care. Good enough. We gotta get the other side. All right, guys. So as when we left, when we last left off, I was fighting with that interior. I finally got it done. You know, I went over to the second side and it was just so easy. That's a lie. I struggled with it too. battery died on me, so you didn't get to see me struggle, but what was the point in that? You already saw it on the other side. So what I want to get into today, first things first, is I want to see if what's going on with the fuel, sender gauge. What I want to figure out. I want to narrow down where the problem is. All right, guys. Hopefully y'all can see this. I can't tell what you can and can't see, but right now I got the key on in the accessory position, and there we go. So you can see we got power coming back here. Now, so I'm worried about this connection here, so I'm going to snip her off. Pull this out. So of course I have the key turned off right now. Well, I got actually the battery disconnected. So I want to reconnect the battery real quick. Okay, so now with the battery reconnected, I want to check the signal here, see if we get any lighting. And we are not. What's going on? Try and get a better ground. Okay, so yeah, we got a better ground now, and we got definitely have lighting going on. So one more time, let's disconnect the battery. With the battery disconnected, always disconnect your battery between all this stuff. But I am going to actually run a jumper wire. I'm going to hook a wire into the fuel sending unit. Then I'm going to run it over here where I've got this ground at. And clip it in real good. So now we're going to go up and check the fuel gauge. Knock the damn quarter panel off. Car might have a little rust. So I'm going to turn the accessory off. Actually, yeah. I'm going to engage the battery, and look at that. We got a working fuel gauge, which tells me that more than likely we probably just got a bad connection back here. So let me see what kind of connector I have that I can hook up back here, and hopefully we'll have a fuel tank or fuel sending unit, which would be fantastic. So now, obviously, one thing that will shut us down on this is if it's, let me get all this goofiness out of the way, is if it's the signal wasn't a problem, it might be the sender itself. So, but we know the fuel gauge works if we jump her. So let me do this real quick. All right, guys. So I just kind of got this sitting on there for now, kind of like that. I don't have a proper screw for it. We're gonna go up and we're gonna see if that gas gauge is working now. Because it may still be the sending unit. Just because I jumped out the wires doesn't mean that the sending unit isn't the problem. So let's check that. Okay, so I'm still showing good connection back there. Why are my lights on? Anyway, which is telling me that it's the sending unit, not the gauge. So I'm gonna have to pick up a sending unit at some point. That will not be on this video, but we got a full tank of gas, so we're gonna have to continue to kind of keep an eye on that, hopefully not run out. So guys, when we last left off, I don't know where we were, but I'm still dealing with battery discharge issues. So we're going to focus a little bit on that today, try to get that straightened out. There's a car show up the street. I may run up there. But I went to a cruise in last night, and of course, battery was dead when I went to leave. Now, I got the battery disconnect on the negative. Should work, but it didn't. I've got 10.16 volts on this battery. It gets me to wondering if I have a charging issue. Now, first off, I'm replacing this. I picked up, because as you can see, it's a little tight. So, or a little taut, if you will. I picked up a new one today. It should be longer than this. Come on. No, I didn't put, okay. So I don't know if the disconnect in there is not fully doing its job. This should have been charged yesterday because I disconnected the positive when I got home. Maybe my generator's starting to run a little weak. I don't know. I don't know the answer to any of this, guys. So make sure all that's tight. Okay. And guys, something really cool happened to me yesterday. So I go out to this cruise in, you know, just wanted to get the Falcon out, see how she did. Of course, battery was dead when I go to leave, but outside of that, she did good. But I'm out there and I run into my uncle, and the whole, well, not the whole, but a lot of the guys who were in one of, my father was in many car clubs, but he was in the Northern Kentucky Vintage Motor Car Club, and those guys were out there. We ended up getting some dinner together and stuff, and you know, talking. They invited me to join their club, and I don't have many living relatives around here left. You know, I got 2 uncles and my son. That's it. So this was a club. These guys were all friends with my father, and if you watch my channel, you know how much my father meant to me and how much I, you know, refer back to something that he taught me at some point in life. So to be a part of that club is, for me, huge. You know, just to be asked to join. So I did not hesitate to throw my $5 membership fee at them, and you know, so it's awesome. You know, I love to hang around those guys. I liked hanging around them when my dad was in the club. They're really cool guys. They're older guys mostly, but they know cars like nothing I've ever seen. There's still so much for me to learn from these guys just through conversation. It's going to be great. You know, I mean, if my father was still here, I could learn a lot of this stuff through him, but he's not, unfortunately. So, and if my dad is looking down, I'm sure he's like, that's awesome. You know, I'm glad that Jeff is spending some time with those guys. So anyway, I'm gonna get back to this. That's my emotional feels for this video. The starter solenoid was bad. I also switched out the starter for another one that I had. You know, it was another one that was laying in the garage there. I think it came off the 200, not sure, can't remember, don't care. Anyway, got it started, had to jump it off the escape. I had 12 volts at it at one point, but I go to start it and it drops down to like 10 volts. Now, as you guys can see, I got hooked up on there. We got 9.76 volts. I just took this thing for like a 25-30 minute drive. Now, the generator is working. If I give it some gas here, you'll see that go up a little bit. So we hit like 9.82. So I think the big problem that we're having is with the generator. I think the generator's just weak at this point, and the 200 in there has an alternator on it. I'm going to see if I can't figure out a way to adapt the alternator onto this. Maybe we can get more of a charge out of the battery, not worry about having to jump it every time we turn it off. But that'll be on next week's episode, or I don't know, these videos are taking a couple weeks to put out because, well, you know, I'm not a rich man. I'm just trying to get old El Chupacabra on the road and driving right and sounding good. Or, well, I don't care if it sounds good. So we're gonna have to take it to, speaking of sounding good, we're gonna have to take it to the exhaust shop because we got a horrible exhaust leak, and it is just killing me driving this thing. Let's see. So we're going to do that. We're going to switch the alternator next time, and probably other stuff that I haven't got to, maybe the floor, and possibly the wipers. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what all we can get done for the next episode. And sorry these episodes are coming kind of, you know, I think it was 3 weeks ago since I last put out an episode. 2 weeks, I don't know, something like that. But you know, I'm working the bugs out on this thing, and a lot of it's not interesting enough to put on camera, so I'm just trying to fill up some space. I don't even know what I shot and what I didn't. You know, what you just watched is what you got, and that was the most interesting stuff that I did. So anyway, you know, we did get her all cleaned out though. We got her cleaned out. I got myself a fire extinguisher because, well, you know, I'm the one working on it, so there's a good chance it's going to blow up. But I hooked up a little USB thing to the other day, and I already blew it up. When the starter solenoid went out, it took that out with it. So there goes that. But you know, got the interior cleaned up for the most part, and she's fun. She's a blast to take and drive around. You know, I went to the cruise in last night, and you know, she gets a lot of attention everywhere she goes. It's cool. People really love it. And let me chill this. People really love this car, and I'm thrilled to death by that. You know, they you know, even with the body work that it needs, people have just given, it's just compliment after compliment on it, you know, and so that's really cool. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we got a long road to go on this thing, but she's running and driving now. If I can just get her to start every time, so that's, and not, you know, die of carbon monoxide poisoning, that would be great too. So anyway, listen, I love you guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.